Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's November 9th, 2021. I just saw where there's like a whole bunch of, could be family members to myself, service members, and some black with some red piping on their thing. They had some big thing at Lincoln Center. Didn't know it existed, didn't hear it except just now on the news and like an after effect, because I think this story is very relevant because it's kind of how I feel. I feel like they get them to come to town and then they fill the auditorium with all the evil criminal children of everywhere who appreciate their sincere lack of knowledge of what's actually going on in the organized crime on the land of the arms, legs, and navels of criminal children from everywhere in the state of New York, because these people gathered in something called a Lincoln Center. So let's just do cross-reference. What does it sound like? This is what it sounds like in heavenly ways of explaining things.
Welcome back to CBS Mornings. A married couple is suing a fertility clinic and its owner over an IVF mix-up that led two women to give birth to the other person's baby.
Oh my God, is that like, has a ship, what floats your boat, you've got like aircraft on it. Right, okay, so just giving you a little post-it note from the field of children that are in the fallout shelter zone getting electrocuted and expected to breathe poisonous, noxious gases in this FM, AM radio band microwave convection area where they starve you of the entertainment, the money, and all that's, but yet when the service veterans come, oh, do they put on a show for those guys. Oh my God, here we are. So the fertility clinic, all the things that aren't floats on a boat and flies an aircraft, right? That'd be the fertility clinic. Right, this is my message for you guys, what I need help with.
Alexander Cardinale accused the clinic of breach of contract and medical malpractice. Now, they say the clinic and its owner handed their embryo to a third-party lab without their knowledge. This lawsuit alleges that the lab had a history of mishandling the embryos. Maria Villarreal spoke to the couple who say the mistake has left them with lasting damage.
It wasn't so easy naturally for us for the second one.
After having their first child, Daphna and Alexander Cardinale needed help having a second.
See, I'm an alien. An alien nation, being I've been alienated my whole life in this disgusting derelict position. And there is some amazing men and women I hear that do amazing things elsewhere in the world that had opportunity to even get to that level. And then there's a whole bunch of criminal children that just want to entertain everybody and like pretend like there's 3 balls underneath the cups. Let's just play casino games and see if you guys figure it out. It's really very like damaging. So I really feel like one of the embryos that got misplaced or shuffled around, I got the wrong parents and the wrong aircraft carrier kids to look after me. I don't know how that happened.
Using in vitro fertilization, they got pregnant and welcomed a baby girl in September 2019. But immediately, Alexander felt something was wrong.
When was the point where you said, something's not right?
I had a weird sort of a gut reaction when she was born. It wasn't anything logical. It was just like a instinct, like a gut, like something didn't feel right.
The baby didn't resemble either parent and appeared to be of a different race. After 2 months of growing doubts, they ordered a DNA test.
What was it like opening those results?
The whole thing feels so, terrifying, just numb.
The test confirmed their worst fear. The infant was not their biological daughter.
When I found out she wasn't mine, somehow I poured more love into her. I was just so scared I was going to lose her, which I ultimately...
Right? See, that's the human. Like, you want to believe her story. Okay, because this part of me, like, this never happened. They didn't pour more love into me. I didn't get more opportunity. It was more isolation, more quarantine, while the dangerous criminal children of entertainment, sportsbook, and casinos, drug companies, food administrations, and the whole, like, we got legs and navels and we're doing entertainment, right? They were doing some really classy show somewhere and totally distracting and confusing my parental helpers elsewhere. But this crying bit never happened, because if it did and they released funds to help me specifically out of this disgusting mess, I didn't receive it. Not in hand, not by my wardrobe, not by training, not by anything. They spent it on themselves, the entertainment kids that already had too much.
Really did.
Daphne was implanted with a stranger's embryo who in turn received theirs. That woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, gave birth a week later to the Cardinale's biological daughter. The babies were 4 months old when this was all figured out, and the process of returning the children to their biological parents began. The Cardinales had to break the news to their older daughter, Olivia.
Having to tell her
This also is a crossover with Romer and with Alexander. He's not yours. He doesn't look like you. He doesn't sound like you. He doesn't act like you. He doesn't taste like you. He doesn't smell like you. He's not anything in your genetic heritage or ancestry. Just, it's not. Neither is Anthony, for that matter.
that her 4-month-old baby sister wasn't really her sister, and that there was another baby that it was just a whole, how do you say that to a 5-year-old? And we struggled with that for so long. We finally told her, and I think it's really profoundly changed her.
The Cardinale family is now suing their physician. The California.
This is the shit I don't have patience for. I don't read your language. I can't. None of this. This is temporary garbage the land operations do to try to protect certain people. But in the end, it's like you only seem to protect the entertainment industry and the sports industry and the casino kids. Because I'm still the one being fucking hurt, and it's really clear as fucking day, my story and the facts between Dollhouse, Warhouse, and factory level.
California Center for Reproductive Health and a third-party embryology lab for alleged misconduct, including medical malpractice and negligence. According to the complaint, CCRH thought that the embryos had gotten mixed up when an embryology lab in Vitro Tech was taking biopsies to send in for genetic testing. In January of 2020, the Cardinales brought home their biological daughter Zoe for good. A bittersweet moment that also
I'm still waiting in the fallout shelter, kids. I'm still taking on weight. I don't know why. I'm breathing in dangerous gas. I don't live in Las Vegas in like a HVAC, like really purified air, and where they have trainers and coaches and athletic staff and influencers and all sorts of stuff to motivate me and get me moving and keeping me on the right track. I don't live in that world. Why is that? I own the hands of time, and I have the 4 biological anatomical calendar system. What are you all wasting money on?